Welcome back to Living Better in San Diego. I'm Vicki Pepper. Child sex trafficking is the fastest growing crime in the U.S. Saved in America is a San Diego-based nonprofit which assists parents and law enforcement in locating missing, runaway, and exploited children. Since December of 2014, Saved in America has assisted in the recovery of over 250 children. Their fifth annual fundraising dinner is coming up on Thursday, November 17th. On the line to tell us more is Saved in America Special Operations Consultant and Advisory Board Member, retired Master Chief Navy SEAL Kirby Horrell. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for your service, too.
Vicki, thank you. Thank you for having me, and thanks to your audience for listening about Saved in America. Saved in America is an organization that we formed, like you said, in 2014. We provide services to affected families and parents at no cost to them. What we have is if there's someone that has a child that's been abducted, they have to go to our website, log on to our website, and tell us about exactly what the situation is and why the child has gone disappearing. And then we work with the parents. We have to get the power of attorney from the parents because they're minor children that we're after. And when we work with these kids, a lot of them have the Stockholm syndrome, where they're people that have abducted them or that is using them become that person to them. And anybody trying to save them from that, they become the bad people. That's why we have to have the power of attorney from the parents, working with minor children. And we do this with all of the families at no cost at all to them. So I know other families before we got this organization started that had paid people to try to locate their children and had spent thousands and thousands of dollars doing that. We're not part of that.
What services does Saved in America offer to victims of sexual exploitation?
What we do, Vicki, is once, as we just said, we go through, we get notified by the family that they have a missing child. They don't know whether the child is a runaway or if it has, or the child has been taken and it's being introduced to sex trafficking. We will go find that child. We'll locate that child wherever the child may be, usually within 24 to 36 hours. We have a pretty good idea about where that child is, letting the local law enforcement people know that we're going to be in the area operating. Once we have a positive ID on that child, we will call law enforcement in to recover that child. It's not our job to go and knock down doors and all those kind of things. Local law enforcement will come and retrieve the child. Because we have the power of attorney, they will turn the child over to us, and we will turn the child over to the parents. And we do this at absolutely no cost.
And tell us about the volunteers who work with Saved in America. What are your backgrounds?
Well, it's a diverse group. We have computer people that are ITs that know how to get into the dark web, that all types of AI kind of stuff that looks at cell phones, looks at Instagram and all of the social media networks that are out there to locate these children. And then we have a whole group of law enforcement people and special operations people like myself that are used for staking out, locating positions, all those types of things. We're private investigators, and we all are insured at our own cost, by the way.
And tell us about your personal background and how you got involved with Saved in America.
Well, I have a long background. I joined the Navy in 1967, got into SEAL Team 1 in 69, and went to Vietnam in 1970. Came home from Vietnam and got off of active duty in 1975. There wasn't much going on in our world in those days. But we started the SEAL Reserve Unit in 75, and then I was part of that until 1990. And then I got recalled to active duty for Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and they kept me on active duty until 2014. And that's where I experienced all the child trafficking that goes on. I had no idea that it was the magnitude that it's happening. I got involved with Saved in America to try to curtail these kinds of heinous crimes happening in the United States. And these crimes are not in your face. They're not like the homeless problems we have in the United States. Sex trafficking is something that is under a veil. Very few people like to talk about it. We have to bring it out, that we have to educate our kids about how these perverts and people are working them to get them into this type of heinous crime. So that's what we're doing. I mean, we have to get into the middle schools. We have to educate the children on exactly how they need to act and recognize when these types of things are happening to them. And it starts in the middle schools. So there needs to be an educational program. We're trying to work on that with the school district. I know our city district attorney, Summer Steffens, is absolutely doing everything she possibly can. She's a great lady in that position. We have the right person in that position to help San Diego and Southern California with child trafficking.
Is there a particular instance of Saved in America helping a victim of trafficking that really stands out to you?
Well, they kind of all stand out to us. I mean, we are, when we go after these kids, all of them, because each one of them have a little bit different twist on them. They're similar in many ways, but the thing that's been coming to us lately is the fentanyl crisis, because if they're at a party and somebody gives them fentanyl in some drink or something, then the kids are totally addicted to that particular drug. And I mean, they crave it. So it takes a straight A student, which we have gone after, and turns them into an addict that wants fentanyl all the time. So those are the ones that really stick to me, because it's like a completely switch or, reversal of personalities because of that drug.
I'm speaking with Saved in America Special Operations Consultant and Advisory Board Member, retired Master Chief Navy SEAL Kirby Horrell. Tell us about the fundraiser you have coming up on Thursday, November 17th.
Well, the fundraiser is going to be like all of our fundraisers that we have. It's going to be exciting. We're going to have a lot of people there, so I invite people to join us. Laura Logan who is going to be our guest speaker, who is a war correspondent, who knows and has been reporting the news for years and years. She's going to talk about the border crisis and what the border crisis is bringing to all of us in America, not just in San Diego, but nationwide. And I think even though the media doesn't want to talk about it, everybody knows what's happening with people moving on buses and everything else into these communities. And then they're asking these Good Samaritans, Americans, to take care of these people, which we will. But at the same time now, the other day, they want them to start voting, right? So, I mean, that's a whole nother issue that needs to be discussed. But wherever they have those kind of things, when there's drug avenues coming into the United States, and we are one of them right here in San Diego, and Florida is another one, and Texas is another one, and they have human trafficking groups and gangs that traffic these girls, and we have to stop it. And as a nation, we need to focus on it a whole lot more than we have been, because this is a heinous crime that needs to be stopped in its tracks.
And when and where is this taking place?
It's going to be held on Thursday, November the 17th, at the Pindar San Diego Hotel at 550 J Street, San Diego, California. And we would like to have all of you there. I know that is our master of ceremony, Mark Larson, will make everybody feel comfortable. It's going to be a fantastic show. There will be all kinds of speakers, and the sponsors we have will be taking all the rest of that. But every one of our galas that we have and fundraisers that we have for Saved in America is a total and complete success.
And are there sponsorships available for this fundraiser?
Yes, we do. We have tables. We have individual tickets that are available. I would let the people know, go to our website at savedinamerica.org and log on and you could pick your tickets up there. You could sponsor a table. And it's all right there on the website.
And if someone can't attend this fundraiser, are there other ways that they can support you, either by volunteering or by making a donation?
Absolutely. They can go to the website, and there's a place there where you can put your name to volunteer, and there's a place that you click on and donate to help us with this cause. And we are so blessed here in San Diego and across the country that we have so many philanthropic people that support us and are helping us put some kind of dent in this child trafficking crime.
I've been speaking with Saved in America Special Operations Consultant and Advisory Board member, retired Master Chief Navy SEAL Kirby Horrell. Where can victims of sex trafficking go for help?
They can go to our website. First, with sex trafficking, we have to locate the children. We have to get them back to their parents. There are a number of NGOs, organizations here in San Diego and Southern California that work out perfect to getting the young people back into some type of a recovery program and getting them educated back into society. It's so hard when these young kids have had their innocence stolen from them by these predators. And this way, the groups are set up to do this. They're funded to do this. And that's what we suggest. We have a number of them that we can point the parents into. Some of them are out of state because California has some weird laws that don't allow you after 72 hours to keep your kids in a confined kind of area. And when the fentanyl drug hits, that's all they want. That's all they want is fentanyl, and they will do anything to get it. And that's the problem. So yes, we assist them in that way, and we assist them in other ways, in getting funds to send their kids into some kind of recovery program. We've done that in the past, and we will continue to do that.
And is there anything else you want us to know?
I just want everybody's help to help us at Saved in America help solve this problem. If you see something, say something. If there's something happening in your neighborhood, then let law enforcement know it. If the parents need to reach out to us, have them go to our website, and we will answer the questions that they have. But if you see somebody that is being trafficked or coerced into this type of life, then please reach out and let us know. That's what I have to say. And, I always go to the grandparents, because grandparents, you can't get anything by a grandma. It's impossible. And so they know when something is not right in their family. And I also have to say that when these kids are taken into this trafficking thing, it affects the entire neighborhood, because it's not just the child, it's the child's family. It's their child's friends. It's the people that live on the block with that person. All of those people are affected by this heinous crime. And that's what we have to stop. And that's where we have to put the focus. It's completely different than seeing somebody in a homeless tent on a street. And that's where we need to put the focus to stop this crime and stop it in its tracks.
Thank you so much for talking with us today. Thank you for your service. And I hope your fundraiser on November 17th is a huge success.
Well, we hope we see you there.